Greetings, Hope Church. I want to ask you a question. What do you remember about celebrating Easter as a kid? For me, Easter was a time of great excitement and joy and quality family time. I remember about a week or two before Easter, we would dye Easter eggs. And this was really the only time in the year where you would ever use the white crayon, because you'd take the Easter egg and on the bottom of the egg you would write your initial, and so that when you dyed the egg you knew which one was yours, and in my case I knew which one was my sister's. And then Easter morning we would wake up super excited about what has happened in our house, and you would run around the house and you would see all of these Easter eggs, and some were your own, but you weren't allowed to pick up any of them because you got to find your Easter basket first. And once you find the Easter basket, it would have all the goodies in it, the chocolate and a ton of jelly beans and a few toys. And then you could start exploring the house in the backyard and finding Easter eggs. Now this was a great tradition, and usually after that we would spend the day trying to eat as many jelly beans as possible without getting sick. That's what I think of. That's what I think of when I think about Easter as a kid growing up. And there's nothing wrong with that, but there's something glaringly missing about that experience and about that memory. The resurrection of Christ. The stone rolled away, the tomb empty. We have Easter coming up at the end of this month, and I just want to talk briefly about the power of our habits, the power of our family traditions, the power of our calendars. It's so easy for us to be formed by things that aren't necessarily bad, but aren't necessarily the good, the best of all things. And with Easter coming up, that's another thing where our culture and our life oftentimes have values and traditions that are good. It's good to be together as a family. It's good to celebrate stuff like the Easter Bunny even. That's okay. But it is not the best, the gospel. And so I want to really challenge us as a church to think about not only Easter, but Holy Week. See, here at Hope Church, we've been adopting more of a rigorous celebration of the church calendar. And what the church calendar does is it challenges our secular calendar, which has rhythms and patterns and seasons and holidays. And it challenges it with the story of the gospel, that as we go through the whole year, be reminded of God with us, Emmanuel. So we have Holy Week coming up, starting with Palm Sunday on March 24th. And I want to challenge us to think through, how are our family traditions, how are our family practices and values going to be Christ honoring in this upcoming Holy Week and Easter? And so with that, my challenge is to think through, what does it look like to celebrate Easter? What does it look like to approach Holy Week? What are you going to do between Palm Sunday and Easter? Now this could include a lot of fun. I'd encourage you to have fun with your family, but I would also challenge you, let's focus in on the reason for the season of Jesus as he approaches Jerusalem, as he teaches his final lessons, as he spends time with the disciples, as he's betrayed and tried and persecuted and killed, eventually as he resurrects and conquers death on our behalf. Now on Sunday, March 17th, I'm going to be providing a Holy Week packet for us, a booklet that will help us in our worship and in our preparation for Easter Sunday. And what I'm going to be using in the Holy Week packet is actually the Book of Common Prayer. This is a worship tool that has been used by generations, founding our lives on the gospel and the Word of God. And it's also a tool that Christians throughout all of the world will be using to prepare their hearts for Holy Week. So this resource is going to be available on Sunday, March 17th. And kids, I want to speak specifically to you. I'm going to have a challenge in this booklet that if you can complete the challenge and come find me and show me that you've completed it, there'll be a special treat for you all. So this is just a reminder from one of your pastors. As Holy Week and as Easter approaches, what are you going to do to prepare? What are you going to do to center your families on the story of Christ? Christ with us, Christ dying for us. I hope this is challenging to you, but I hope it also leads to a lot of good memories and traditions as the family of God. God bless.